is excited to come up here tonight and give us a little bit of an overview on her talent, what she has to provide to us. We have Erica Blue. She's a home office staff to Mindy Morrison, and she is a comedian on the side. I don't know, she's got her whole table cracking up over here all dinner long, so I'm excited to hear what she's got to say, right? Okay, for Legendary Capital, here we go.
From Legendary, but I do not represent them at this moment. Representing Erica Blue. I'm Erica. First of all, thank you so much, Western, for having us here tonight. It's absolutely gorgeous. I really appreciated those 4 hot firemen that welcomed me at the reception last night. My husband's gonna watch this and he's gonna be super confused. Like, what kind of conference was that again? There was a stripper convention in town, don't worry about it. So before we get started, I know we're all used to some disclosures, disclaimers. This will be no different. So, this is starting off 100 times better than I had hoped. You guys already giggle festing over here. Yes, found my people. Okay, so this is the first time I hope I can say past performances are an indicator of future success. The stand-up comedian in me wants to guarantee future laughs, but the internal in me would never use the G word. And I obviously don't want to offend anyone tonight, but if I do, and you're like, I'm going to FINRA with this, just remember, my name is Eric Puchel, and I'm with MCI. Okay, so stand-up. Such a random hobby to start doing at 36, mom of 2, but it actually makes a lot of sense, right, as an internal wholesaler. Lots of similarities there. You have to make people feel instantly comfortable, right? And have to listen more. As an internal, you have a practiced pitch. Comedians have bits. And both have an obscene amount of rejection. So much rejection. So much. Most people's greatest fears would be standing here with a mic, writing words to get people to laugh. I welcome this change of scenery, is how I'm turned down. Let's just say I'm diversifying my rejection portfolio. I know, I'm clearly miserable right now. Having a great time. Externals have it so good, right? They got it so easy. They don't understand the daily rejection and cold calling as an internal. I'm rejected in my cold calling, I'm rejected on stage. I almost know what it feels like to be a man. Women's Symposium. I've been in this industry a long time, over 10 years. So many things have changed since I got in. Got married, changed my name, had a baby, moved, had another baby. And ARC still hasn't liquidated. I'm a true millennial internal. When I'm watching my favorite reality TV shows, like Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, if someone's described as being a financial planner, I immediately whip out my phone, go to broker check, look this guy up, see if I have a selling agreement, right? Always be closing, always be closing. And this is absolutely how I justify my binge watching to my husband. So far it hasn't panned out, but it will someday. I'm confident in that. What else about me? Also unlike other internals, I work from home. I've done that for about 9 years. My husband also works from home. I don't know if any of you ladies can relate, but we both work from home, which means I'm sexually harassed on a daily basis at my workplace. Right? My only coworker does things that would make Harvey Weinstein blush. I'm a big supporter of the hashtag #MeToo movement. Only at my workplace, it's like hashtag just another Thursday. My husband and I met at a college swim meet. But what most people don't know is that I played water polo for 8 years. And I know, you're like, Erica, you're super petite. Like, how did you play water polo? 5, 10, and 100 and none of your gosh darn business pounds. I got by. So I played water polo for 8 years, all through high school and college. And something else most people don't know is most of the action's under the water, right? Like what you see is just the tip of the iceberg. There's punching, there's kicking, there's pulling. It's like a Black Friday sale at Walmart. If it were underwater and everyone was in super good shape. So lots of big moments during my life in water polo. I scored a goal against Berkeley. Woo! Go Eaters. We won state championships. I even lost my virginity. Sorry, did someone else need the mic? Does someone? Sorry, you didn't have enough time today? Give me that. This is why I do what I do. I'm gonna build some tension for a second here. I even lost my virginity. Shh. During a high school water polo game that I was playing in to a toe. They say you never forget your first. Needless to say, Tiffany nor her big left toe ever called. More of a hit it and nail, polish it situation. Kids in high school are so cruel. I was forever known as Erica Honail Nicholson. It's exactly what prompted me to start the hashtag MeToo movement. Any other MeToo survivors out there? Ladies, men? We see no genders. We see no genders. Anyone can be afflicted from this. You know our motto, let's clip them. Let's clip them. So stupid. But those days are in the past. Now I'm a mom to 2 kids that I know of. Could be hundreds. No one ever takes me seriously when I say that. Except for the woman a week ago in the front row. I was like, whoa. Like, don't worry, lady. I give them all gift cards to Applebee's for their birthday. They're fine. I'm a proud working mom. Woo! I'm assuming if you're a mom and you're here, you probably are too. So it's a work conference. I'm a proud working mom because I want my girls to be self-sufficient, right? I want them to see that if they work hard, that no one can take that away from them. You know, they can obtain their dreams. What did I want to say? No one can take that away. They can. Let me start over. I'm new at this. You guys get what you pay for. I'm no Terry Bradshaw, okay? I'm not perfect. I am flawed. I'm a proud working mom because I want my kids to be self-sufficient. I want them to work hard, take pride in their work, love what they do because no one can take that away from them, except for a FINRA regulator. Constantly trying to find balance in my life, you know, between family, friends, work, hobbies. You know, it's not easy. But if it were, I think my husband would be doing that. Ew. Been married 11 years. Anyone else married a long time around here? What's the longest? What do we got? 14. Nice. 25. I feel like I'm in an auction all of a sudden. 25, 22, 14. How much you got, Nancy? 49. Give it up to Nancy Cole. That is no small feat, girl. Especially, wait, to the same man for 49? Oh my God, I immediately assumed it was like 3 dudes. And you're like consciously uncoupled a few times. Like, same guy, 49 years. No small feat. Especially if you have small feet. I like that one too. Okay, constant balance. Sorry guys, not professional, super unprofessional. I'm trying. Okay. Constantly balanced. No small feet. What else do I want to talk about? Oh, lots of learning in parenting. I'm learning like unconditional love, like you ladies are with your clients. I'm learning patience, like you ladies are with your clients. My kids are learning how to make mommy the perfect dry martini. Lots of teaching too. The other week I was working with my 8-year-old on her 3rd grade math. We were doing more or less. You guys remember more or less? Like the alligator? And so we're doing more or less, and oh my gosh, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Hold on, let me set this down. This might be, I think you need both hands. That's the problem, right? Or the solution. So we're doing more or less, and I don't mean to brag. I haven't looked at this in like 30 years. It was like really, really easy for me. I know, 3rd grade math. It was fascinating. It was like, it finally clicked that like the mouth always goes towards the bigger number, no matter what. I was like, girl, you don't get this? Like, I would explain it to you guys, but I know you're on like a lot harder concepts, like rounding and fractions and stuff. You're a lot better at math than me. So I'm teaching her more or less, and I'm more or less feeling pretty good about it. And she looks at me, little 8-year-old Ruth, and she's like, Mom, you're so smart. Like, I hope someday I can teach my daughter math like you're teaching me. Yeah, right, that happened. She looked at me. She's like, ugh, you just don't get it. I just don't get 3rd grade math. Erica Blue, internal wholesaler to the stars. Nonprofit stand-up comedian. Founder of the Me Too movement. Just don't get 3rd grade math. So when you're in that situation, you can go one of two ways. I went the lousy way, and I was just like, you're right, I don't, and now I'm off of homework duty. So that's fantastic. Smart, right? Yeah, she could. Oh, I don't get it. You're right, I don't get it. Oh my gosh, your dad gets it though. That's great. But you gotta raise them right. You gotta teach them the hard things now, so that they don't do a simple mistake that ruins the rest of their lives. So every morning I drill them. They're 8 and 5. Every morning over Wheaties, I drill them, and I'm like, what do we leave out of our nude pics? Our faces and any distinguishing physical characteristics. Oh my God, that was my favorite. So dark, but so timely. I was in Starbucks not too long ago, and the barista was like, do you have a name? Not, what's your name? Can I get a name for this? Just, do you have a name? And I was like, this whole politically correct thing has gotten way out of hand. Can't even ask someone, do they have a name? Or what is their name? What next? We can't ask someone if they're an accredited investor? We can't assume they have 200K individual income, 300K joint income, 1 million net worth, excluding the value of their primary residence? Bush League. And I'm not very quick with my responses, but I'm so mad. If I could go back in time, I'd be like, no name. Sans name, nameless. Don't even think about writing that on the cup. Just, you have to make extreme eye contact and wave when my order's up. And now I know how Prince felt when he ordered coffee. Do you have a name? Okay, so can you just write it, please? Oh, rest in peace, Prince. So any vegans in the house? Any vegans? Perfect, because I'm going to tell a lot of vegan jokes right now. My little sister's a vegan. has a tattoo that's visible to prove it. So, I mean, if you are a vegan and you don't have ink, like, are you even vegan? Right? Just don't eat meat. You got to get the ink. And I think I've been up for about 11 minutes, which means it's taken me 9 times longer to tell you she was vegan than she would have told you. Vegans obviously don't eat bacon. Do you guys know what the substitute for bacon is? Silly meat eaters. There's no substitute for bacon. That was a joke. Veganism is like the Jehovah's Witness of diets. Stay with me. Stay with me. You're intrigued. You want to see where this is going. Jehovah's don't celebrate birthdays. Vegans don't eat bacon. I rest my case. I mean, no difference there. So if veganism was a movie, I think it'd be Vegan Bite Club. First rule of Vegan Bite Club, you talk about being vegan. Second rule, talk about being vegan. Vegan. I read a vegan influencer recently denounced her veganism and started eating meat. Do you know what happens when a vegan walks away from the faith? They eat them. Okay. So I grew up the product of 2 self-employed parents. My dad had a travel agency. My mom had a nanny placement agency. So I kind of lied last night with what my first job is. I was actually 7, and I was answering phones at the travel agency. Eric, I know, it's total. I can't legally talk about it, so that's why. Like, oh, I was 16, totally on the books. I was 7, and it was Erica Blue, enjoy travel. Where in the world do you want to go today? And I realized that when you're the product of self-employed parents, you take like one of 2 paths, right? You either work for the family business like I did, or you take George Costanza-style naps under the desk, like my little sister. And that came to my mind because I was thinking about you ladies. I was thinking about how hard it is to be, and eat what you kill, right? Like, no one's paving the way for you. Like, you eat what you kill. And did you know, I researched it, only 12% of Americans are able to have that kind of commission-only compensation. And I totally made that statistic up. But I feel like we all agree it's more or less 12%, right? Remember, the more going towards the bigger number, right? It's around there. Math's not my strong suit. Sales, kind of, I don't know. That's just what I do. So it's more or less 12%. And 67% of statistics are made up. Which is also a totally made up statistic, and I want to talk to you ladies about believing. Talk to you about believing. But I really feel, and this is what I want to end on, so don't worry, it's almost over. People don't stop enough and think about what they've accomplished. People don't really kind of let it sink in how proud you should be for what you've accomplished, where you've come from, how far you've made it. I mean, there's a reason why there's a women's only conference, right? Because we all go to the men's only and they don't have to write that on the title. That's not a dig, that's a truth. I just put that 2 and 2 together today. I was like, where's the men's only? Oh, that was every other event I went to. So, the first advice I ever got in comedy was, if you can handle the misogyny and racism of comedy, you can make it. And at first I was like, oh, jeez. And then I slept on it. I was like, oh, I work in finance. Okay, I'm good. I got this. So what was the last? Oh, right. This is important. This was the last line, so I better not mess this up. Everyone raise a glass, a gloose, whatever you want to raise. Raise it. It's a boys' club, but tonight looks a lot more like a ladies' club. Okay, so toast to that. Thank you guys so much for having me and letting me talk on the mic. Thank you.